Many salutations to viewers and coins of the vault alike. I am Tatsumari, the self-proclaimed keeper of Maple Story lore. There are many who do it, but I am the only one who does it like me. Ha ha ha. Yes, I know you can't see me right now, and that is because I had a weird thing happen on my side to where my digital self over here crashed. So if you give me but a moment, I shall get myself back here in a moment. There we go. Now we're doing stuff. Yay! So, let's see. There we go. Sorry about that. Like I said, it crashed earlier because of a weird thing. I didn't actually have any audio, so myself. So, yeah. Tonight, we are going to be reading some short stories written by you, the coins of the vault. So, if you guys want, you are more than welcome to participate in that. Now, let me see if I can get over here. Push this button. There we go. We are in the factory, and those rules just to the side of me over here for the YouTube audience. And for those of you who are on Twitch, the ones that are above me, those are the rules and the setting for the prompt that was brought up last week. So, you are more than welcome to participate, and you should be able to use the command that is in there. It should be ! Read my thing. It should work on both Twitch and on YouTube at the same time. The YouTube one might take a little bit longer to try and get it to work properly because I have to do a couple different things, but it should work no matter what is done. So, I hope you're all ready because the prompt this week is: everyone has a soulmate. You are given a mood ring that shows your future partner's mood. When you meet, the ring will turn gold. One day, you notice the stone in your ring has gone dark, and after a few moments, shatters off of your finger. Ooh. Now, I will admit that this was not my prompt. Oh, Mama Redneck's on a 20-stream streak. Let's go! Thank you for coming. And to everybody over on YouTube, hello, how are you doing? Either way, welcome, and you all are in for a treat tonight. So, that being said, in about 2 minutes here over on Twitch, there is going to be an unskippable ad break that I have to do. Because, Twitch needs to take its pound of flesh, so I have to indulge it. So, what we're going to do, we're going to have that quick break, and then we're going to come back, and then we're going to get into doing the prompt reading. So, stick around, stay tuned, and we shall be back after these massages. Alrighty, it appears everybody is back from that ad break. So, hold on. There we go. Now I'm nice and clean over here. Sorry about that. Like I said, is dealing with a crash earlier on something. Oh, hold on. There we go. Now we are here, and while we're waiting for I am going to be waiting for submissions anyways. I'm going to be working on finally trying to expand this power plant over here. There is a little boo-boo that I made in trying to get everything going because there is one extra line of stuff that I did not account for, so it might be a little interesting here. Pans, welcome, welcome. How are you doing this evening? Hopefully you're having a good evening tonight. And are you ready for some stories? Alrighty. So, first things first, I need to see if I can go get myself some, not only some copper plates, but also a big buttload of plastic. Sources where people's lack of communication for an event that happens tomorrow. Oh no! Are you part of like the tech team or something for that event? Because if you are, I feel your pain. Oh, yeah. It's usually the tech people who usually get, like, informed about something happening at the last second. Because, you know, you guys can handle it, right? Yeah, I know your pain. I know your pain all too well there, Pans. Oh, yay. Oh, yay. That's, you know, well, it goes back to my rant a couple days ago. It's like, you know, your parents wanted you to get in this thing, and now they're not going to support you, right? At least in the way that you kind of need it. All right, so I'm gonna go get myself some copper plates or copper sheets and some plastic, and so let the submissions roll in at any time. Do a thing on my side really quick. To lecture my friends so hard on actually checking their phones when I see them tomorrow. Are you going to lecture them with a plastic spoon? Or, you know, with the, what is it, the wooden spoon? You get in? This is why they call me the mom friend. I am responsible. Mm-hmm. All right. Mama Rednecks has a thing. All right, so I'm going to grab the plastic and the copper sheets here, and then as soon as I get that stuff, get back to the power plant, I shall get right on that. So I have a load of plastic over here. And then I need to go to my copper sheets factory that I've made to go get the copper sheets. So anybody else in chat, how are you doing this evening? On Beyond Pans. You know how Pans is doing? How's everybody else doing? I'm not the oldest in the group. I am, in fact, the youngest. Well, you know, just because you're the most responsible usually gets you the designation mom. or the parent of the group. Choo-choo! Never hear my name. Never want anything until I want them. Oh boy. I ended up going the wrong direction. Ooh, got a floaty rock. And how about everybody over on YouTube? How are you guys doing over on that side? Hopefully everybody's doing well. Mom friend, then I better be allowed to ground them at least. Not to mention another friend I need to mom tomorrow because they are passing math class by... Ooh! Ouch! Go down the corridor of... Ironically, that one is almost illegal. That sounds like me. Math was never one of my strong suits. At least not higher level math. I need to grab some more of these. Ooh, here's plenty. Okay. Alright, so that should be plenty for what I need, at least for now. Right, let's head to the power plant, and then we'll get things underway here. I'm also currently in this world. I got laid out the industrial plant that I'm going to be working on for like the next level parts and stuff. So, Algebra 2, they could be taking calc right now, and I am very glad they are not. And don't worry, I got Algebra 1 okay. Algebra 2 was where I started slipping, and then once I got into geometry, it was just, no. My lack of understanding really started to show. And it just, I didn't have enough time to try and actually grasp what was going on. Because... No, gotta move on to the next thing. Do you understand it? Well, your test scores are bad. Too bad. Moving on. It was never one of my strong suits, so. I mean, basic math? Adding, subtracting, I can do that pretty good. Multiplication, that'll take me a little bit. Division, I actually got pretty good at it. I'd have to try and repolish my skills a little bit to try and remember exactly what I was doing. So, my school would do Algebra 1, then Geometry, then Algebra 2. And if you want to do more, you have the choice between Trig and Calc. Yeah. As I understand it, is apparently Algebra 2 is supposed to come before Geometry. I had Geometry after Algebra 1, and, like, again, either one, Algebra 2 and Geometry, really, they just, neither one of them really clicked for me. I don't know why. Especially when you had to, like, when you got into, what is it, like the different rules of algebra or something like that for adding stuff. It's like, dude, all it is 1 plus 1. What do you mean I have to be able to prove that it is 1 plus 1 equals 2? It's, look, 1, and you take another 1, and now you have 2. I don't know. It was one of those things that just, it never really clicked. Yeah. Because, like, from how I understand it, 2 leads into geometry. So, it's just, yeah. Alright, we're almost back to the power station. And we're almost ready to do some reading here. So, no! Train is stopping. Train is stopping. Whew! Almost had a crash there. Might be. At least that's my understanding, that Algebra 2 is supposed to be leading into geometry. So, I don't know. But you know, as far as I know, they're trying to, like, I think I heard it one time that they're trying to make, like, the higher level math into lower and lower grades, to where, like, you'll be doing, like, trigonometry by the time you reach junior high or something like that. It's like, dude, I don't even know I don't even know how to do my taxes yet, and you expect me to know how to do trigonometry by the time I'm able to learn how to drive? Alright. So, as I'm sure you're all well aware, these reading stories are all going to be very satisfactory. Alrighty, so we got our first submission by Mama Rednecks over here. Let me see if we can get into the writing office. Uh-oh. Just a second here. There we go. Okay, let me readjust this a little bit so you guys can kind of see what's going on at the same time I am. Uh-oh. What the heck happened there? There we go. Alrighty. So, my life depended on math skills, I would be dead. If my life depended on my driving, I have never stepped behind the wheel, but I can guarantee it would make it farther than I would in the math. I am right there with you, Pans. Okay, so, first submission of the evening. Let me hide this for the moment. This is Between Neutrality and Hope by Mama Rednecks. At 38, I would have thought I'd found my soulmate. Not the evidence was on my finger. My ring. Still, the light greenish yellow it's always been. Not the shiny gold of someone who has found the one. No, its color lies somewhere between neutrality and hope. It was an ordinary day. The same hours on the job that paid the bills, even if it left me drained by the end. The interstate was overly crowded and moving quickly, but the next instant seemed to stand still. From the corner of my eye, I saw it. The tire of a semi-truck blew. The shrapnel flew out, and I heard the crash of it hitting the vehicle next to me. The driver swerved but lost control, causing the car to fishtail alongside me. The next instant, It was flipped, tumbling in a terrifying roll down the interstate. I had to slam on the brakes to avoid hitting it as the guardrail finally caught it, cradling it, keeping it safe from oncoming traffic. As smoke began to billow out, I watched, frozen in disbelief. I don't remember getting out of the car. I don't remember running toward the crash. The coolness of the metal door handle was the only sensation, and I frantically pulled, trying to get the door open as the smoke around us thickened. Another man came running up. He had a tire iron in hand, and we smashed the back window, using my jacket to push the glass out of the way. He was too large to fit, and without hesitation, I squeezed in, pulling my way toward the driver. The man groaned, a head wound obvious, but he turned to look at me. "I'm gonna get you out of here, buddy," I told him quietly as I fished my pocket knife out of my pocket. "Just hang in there." Wrapping my arms around him, I struggled to pull him over the front seat. The seconds ticked by in slow motion, the heat inside climbing rapidly. As the other man pulled the driver out, I saw the flames licking along the side of the vehicle, racing down it. People were shouting, and chaos engulfed me as I pulled myself back out of the car's back seat and stumbled away as the flames grew. As emergency services arrived, my mind was in a haze. Voices began to mute, faces blurring into one another. The congratulatory pats on the back faded as time seemed to rush by to catch up for the extended moments in the vehicle. I don't remember getting home or the shower that followed. What I do remember is sitting on the couch, my fingers mindlessly spinning my ring around my finger as I thought about how short life can really be. Looking down, I pause in the spinning as I watch the color of my ring begins to fade. The color leached from it until it became a dull gray. The vigor of life that reminded me of a spring day drained away. Messages started flooding into my phone, asking questions about what had happened. I was responding to another message when the ring on my finger began to darken, an icy feeling radiating from the metal. I quickly pulled it off, tossing it down onto the coffee table. When the metal hit the hard surface, it shattered like glass. Specks of glistening metal as the larger pieces began to disintegrate into dust. Until there was nothing left. I slumped onto the couch. How could this be happening? What did it mean? I stared blankly at the area that once held my future. Without it, how would I find my soulmate? Another text came in. The community was holding a candlelight vigil for the man who was still in the hospital in critical condition. I decided to go. Not as the hero that everyone was calling me, but as someone who needed hope in a moment of darkness. Sitting alone in my apartment with the loss of my soulmate weighing on me felt unbearable. The parking lot at the community center was full of vehicles. I parked all the way in the back, a hat pulled down far over my eyes. I didn't want to be recognized. I didn't want accolades. I wanted a chance to mourn, surrounded by people, and not left to a wandering mind of what-ifs. Picking up one of the provided candles, I made my way into the crowd. Coming to stand next to a woman, her puffy eyes and red nose pulled at my heart. "Do you know him?" I asked softly as she shared her candlelight with me. Solemnly, she shook her head. "No, but I know what it means to have a life held together by threads. I thought being here, supporting someone else, would help me with my own grief." I nodded, a lump forming tightly in her throat. Her words hit far too close to my own grief. "Same," I managed to choke out. and she gives me a soft smile. I'm Kendall, she whispers. Corey, I whisper back. I hope you can heal from your loss, Corey, she says, looking up at me with a soft shade of green eyes that shone with hope. All right, all right. Nicely done. So, oops, hold on. Give me just a second here. Let me change scenes over here. So, let me do the thing over here. That was a very satisfactory story. And let's see. And oops, nope, not that one. This one. That was a very good story. Big ol' dragon hearts in the chat. So, I take it the dude was supposed to be the other dude who didn't make it was supposed to be the one, his one and only. Is that kind of where you were going with this? I'm just making sure I understand the story. That's really all I'm asking about. And let's wait a minute. Today. Oh no, this is the short one. Okay, cool. And it changed the trajectory of meeting his soulmate. Ah, okay. All right. I see what he did there. Oh, that's why I am messed up. Okay. Did I? So, just based on that story's trajectory and perspective and whatnot, do you think that maybe somewhere along the way there could be, like, if this thing was real, do you think somewhere along the way there could be a possibility that he would get another ring? Or that he's the one ring that he had was it? Just purely out of curiosity and kind of going on the, like, meeting someone who had green eyes that matched the color of his ring. Sure, how long I'm gonna stay, but I have a question. All right, Fry, what you got? No, more so like, you know, is there a possibility somewhere along the way in, like, the whatever cosmic entity gave you the ring to, like, when you're gonna meet your significant other, that that same cosmic entity would give you another ring because, you know, your one soulmate was dead, or it was, your possibility was gone. But on the same token, on the other side of it, that now you have, like, a new path open to you kind of deal. So now this new ring signifies that new path. So in my Wendigo story, there's, like, nothing showing what caused it to attack my crew. Well, okay, continue on, Fry. I'm still reading while I'm chatting over here with Mama Rednecks. It's a Wendigo. So, I'm still getting rid of stuff. Okay, cool. All right. Oh. That's a problem. Well, it depends. Are you going with the Wendigo as just a monster? Or are you trying to make the Wendigo into some kind of maybe partially intelligent creature? Okay, all right, Mama. That's or Rednecks, I should say. You know, because you're tired of hearing your name. That. I can see that. I want it to be malicious, but in a protective way. Well, if you're gonna be doing that, then you gotta give the creature something to protect in the first place. Is this Wendigo? Is it a mother? Is it supposed to be the guardian of some, is it supposed to be some guardian of a ancient site of some kind? Is it supposed to be, protecting someone who is kind of tamed it or something? The wildlife? Okay. Is your crew hunters? Because, like, you could go with, you know, heck, if it just any person that wanders into its territory, it just automatically gets hunted. You know, heck, what if they're like the adults from until dawn, they just went to party. Okay. So they aren't necessarily a big threat to the wildlife, but they are kind of disturbing it. Is that kind of the gist of it? Yeah, like, is it just anybody, or is there a certain threshold that has to be met first? Because if it's anybody, you know, there should be warning signs everywhere saying, do not enter this area, just stay away, do not enter, go away, warden's orders, blah, 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 you know. Otherwise, you know, maybe it could be like an urban myth kind of deal to where it's like, you know, ooh, you don't want to go out at night because the Wendigo might get you. Ooh. Because if it's just attacking anybody and any and everybody, then also what time period is this going to be set in? If it's going to be in modern time, you know, think about it this way. Okay, so the threshold could be killing anything in its forest. That could be the threshold of it. If it's just people coming in, you know, it just sits there and watches very intently, but it'll watch, like in the shadows or something like that. And as soon as they go away, you know, okay, that's fine. No harm, no foul. Okay. Because I was going to say, if it's in modern day, if there is something... Okay, so... Yeah. again, another thing, though, is if it's in modern day, unless, yes, sure, it may be a government cover-up, but even something like that is usually not known to most, just the normal populace. So if it's in modern day, and something is out in the forests killing people, for nobody really knows why yet, there probably would be maybe other hunting parties out there trying to figure out what in the world is going on in the first place. Because usually government, quote-unquote, government cover-ups are usually kept pretty secret. Right? And not many people would know about it. There'd be conspiracy theories all over the place, but nobody would really know what or why or that there is even a cover-up, you know. And if you're trying, like Mama Rednacks over here said, if you're trying to give it some like creeping horror, you gotta establish some other. You gotta establish just how terrifying this thing is already. You know, maybe some other campers who went out and squashed a bug, and you know one of them barely got away because this thing came after him, or you know, just that would be my thoughts on it. Well, is that, you know, are you giving all the like as Redneck said before, are you just putting all of the lethality and the danger of this creature just right up front, just saying, oh look, it's a dangerous thing, blah! Or are you going to build it up a little bit first, you know? Give me reasons to fear this thing. You know, don't just be like, okay, we're gonna go out to party, and oh, look at that, somebody else is now in pieces on the ground. You know, we're gonna go out to this forest. Give me some reasons, like maybe people say, you know, don't go out to this forest because of X, Y, Z. You know, stay away from this. Don't go here. There are stories about this, you know. You know, give some build up to it. And I mean, yeah, having one of the girls getting ripped in half, okay, sure, that's horrifying. But that is, no, that's not what I wanted. But that is just, like, just dumping on you. Dumping all the terror on top of you. There's no build up to it. Or like, heck, you can even, like, these people, they want to go out and party, right? Well, they could be asking around for, you know, hey, what's good party spots? You know, okay, where there's here, maybe some people will, maybe even a warden will show them a map saying, you know, there's this place, there's this place, there's this place. And maybe they'll look at the map and say, oh, you know, what about this place over here? It's like a perfect view of the lake or something like that. And you say, no, you don't want to go there. Well, why not? You just don't want to go there. Because, you know, there's something out there and we haven't figured it out. And then maybe they'll go talk to other people and be like, oh, hey, you know, we're going to go party. Want to go make a party. Have you ever been to this spot? And maybe a couple people are like, oh, no, I've never been there. But I've heard some rumors about it that, you know, there was, you know, maybe some wild out there. Oh, you know, that's the spot where some XYZ lady was supposedly last seen and her ghost haunts the ledge or something like that, you know. And you don't want to get bad luck. Ooh. But then maybe some more serious people are bringing up the story on how it's, you know, no, there's actual danger here because of this creature. And maybe they're not taking him seriously. This is why no one really said anything about the Wendigo, because the government just didn't realize they forgot to kill one. Well, okay, so that is one part of it. But, you know, other people are going to, even if the government forgot to kill one, either forgot to kill one or missed one, there's still going to be events of maybe people having sightings or dealings with this creature somewhere along the way, you know. Because really the bigger one, if you want to just have it really kind of work off of the government thing, the only other thing you could possibly do is work it from, if it's modern day, they could find paranormal show who filmed it. I think that fabricating it. Okay, there's that. The other thing, if you want to work with the cover-up angle, at least in my mind, the only thing that would really cement it hard is if maybe you're coming at it from like a government employee's angle, and they're like doing some file cleanup, and they come across some old folders about, you know, like an extermination project the government did, but that there was an estimated, like, say, for lack of better terms, there was an estimated 350 of them or something like that at that time, and they have a confirmed kill count of 349, but no matter what they did, they couldn't get number 350. And so to try and, you know, keep it under wraps, maybe they're still looking for this thing. But to try and keep it under wraps, they basically said, oh yes, all the Wendigos are gone. You don't have to worry about anything. And everybody goes, yay, let's move into the woods. Well, meanwhile, the government of your story is really using that as a cover-up so they can lure out the Wendigo, because they know of its hunting patterns, so they're trying to lure it out so they can actually get it. But all of this combined leads to the fact that maybe the Wendigo has, with every one of its kin that was killed by the government, it progressively got smarter. It learned from the other Wendigo's mistakes. And then maybe these party people that you're saying that you want to have them, you know, maybe they are unfortunate bystanders to it. And like this government worker is trying to hunt down this creature because they know the truth of that it's still out here. And they're trying to hunt it down, but oh no, there is a party people out here, and now your government employee is now suddenly knee deep in the fact that they couldn't prevent the loss of this group of people. At least that's what goes into my mind. But again, do not let me tell you how to write your story. This is just something that I'm thinking of that could work a little better. But if you want to come at from the angle of the party people and they're dealing with the Wendigo to try and, you know, uncover this government secret, that's going to be a little harder to sell, because especially if it's in modern day, because not many people have access to what would be regarded as top secret files. Does that make sense? Hopefully I didn't just, like, you know, lose everybody in the audience here. Or lose everybody in chat. all good, Pans. You got another hour. Yeah, about another hour. So if you come up with something before the end of the stream, by all means, go for it. Okay, let's see. We went. Oh, I don't know where that came from. Okay, we went Hoivy Ois. I can't talk. Yeah, so as far as the government agency thing, I think you're gonna have to pick on that one because. Okay, yeah, that works. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine, Fry. It's just something, again, if this is written in modern day, most average people are not going to have access to any kind of secrets, let alone government secrets. Because all they're interested in is, yo, man, where can I get my next kegger, you know? So if you want to unravel a government secret, you might have to start from inside the government first. It might work a little better, and that your party people that are unfortunate victims of this thing, they are not necessarily the main focus of the story, but they could still be included, but they are just people who were in an unfortunate area at the time and ended up being unfortunate victims of this one creature that was not able to be or left alone, just because, let's say if it was this extermination project was, say, back in like the 30s or something like that, then those at the time would be like, oh, well, given how long creatures usually live in the forest, it should be gone. It's the only one. And by our estimates, it doesn't have enough. There are no other creatures for it to mate with and make more of them. So surely in the next 20 years, it'll die out, So they either left it alone or they tried to keep hunting it, and it just kept evading them because it got smarter. Anyways, again, do not let me tell you how to write your story. If you can make it work with the way you think it should work, go for it. Don't let me stop you. Okay. Yeah, and that would, again, this is just stuff that I'm thinking of off the top of my head. Because if you go the route where somebody uncovers this whole conspiracy thing, this whole cover-up from inside the government, then it gives you a whole, a very big level to start with, that, oh man, these were some very bad creatures that were, okay. Yes, maybe they were protecting their forest because, this is their habitat. But in the same token, it'll also help you establish just how dangerous these things are if you do that. Because, you know, oh, the project, you know, Arctic extermination, whatever you want to call it, to get rid of these Wendigos. And, you know, reports of when they were first trying to get it, you know, 50 people went out to go get one. Only 3 came back. You know, and, you know, with that, it gives you a leg up, and it gives you a way to portray just how dangerous these things were. And as the population of Wendigos decreases, you can then use that to show the increasing lethality of this one Wendigo. Because, again, maybe it's learning from its kin's mistakes, or it's learning what humanity was doing to try and capture it, try to kill it, try to do whatever. And it learned how to basically become a ninja. Oh no! It's a crash! Okay, we'll put you back on the rails. Alright, we gotta go all the way to the front over here. Those are also some good question pans. I didn't think of that. All right, so well, even if it doesn't need to eat much, what does it eat? You know, does it, if it's a protector of the forest, you know, does it need to hunt and eat other animals? Or does it stick to trees or not trees, but vegetation and berries? You know. Yeah, so I mean, like I said, even if it doesn't eat much, it still needs to eat. So, and like, I guess, yeah, like I said, like Pans was saying, does it follow its own rules and then doesn't hunt or eat any of the animals in the forest and just sticks to vegetation? Or does it just, or how does it get its own nourishment? Because you can't really make it immortal. Because if you made it immortal, then it wouldn't be, then modern or even old humanity wouldn't have been able to do it any harm. What was I after? I was after... Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to get over into one of my other factories over here that I need to be in. You guys are more than welcome to carry on the conversation. But I need to go... One, we have an ad break coming up over on the Twitch side of things. And with that ad break, I need to go get a bottle of water because my mouth is getting particularly dry. And my cheeks are starting to stick to my teeth, so I don't like that. So, I'm going to leave you guys right here. I will be right back. So, we shall be back after these massages. All right, we are back into it. I got myself some water, so now my lips are not so sticky. Just kind of doing a quick scan over here. Okay, so yeah, it's the thing about the multiple Wendigos is just the cover up is trying to make come up with a reason as to why they're trying to cover it up. Right. So, and I think the overall point is you don't necessarily have to show, you know, the eating habits of a Wendigo, you know, but it is something to kind of keep in mind that so that way you can establish its own internal rules for it that it will follow. That's really kind of where, at least how I'm seeing it. Again, if you just want to have a couple people go out there in the party and this one woman is just really angry and decided to kill a squirrel because she was half drunk, you know, okay, more power to you. And a giant creature comes and rips her in half and then proceeds to rip the rest of the party in half, go for it. But if you are trying to weave in this government conspiracy thing, there are some other things that might need some consideration first before continuing on. Does that make sense? So, anyways, I hope all of this gives you some stuff to work with. Whether you use it or not, that's, you know, beside the point. But hopefully, it gives you some working points to hopefully craft your story in such a way that somebody who reads it will go, "Oh, are they gonna get it? Are they gonna get it? Oh no! Oh, they got ripped in half." So let me come over here. Yeah, all good discussion stuff, you know. All right. Wait. Do I have some cables somewhere? Okay. Yeah. And it's, look, we're not trying to rip the story apart. Honestly. We're not trying to rip the story apart. We're just trying to help you make sure that your story can get the impact you're looking for. Well, at least... because you have all the pieces to a really cool story. We just want to be able to help you put them together in such a way that when, like, you have all the you have, blah, blah, blah. Let me see if I can get this analogy correct. You have all of the pieces to make a puzzle. You have all the pieces to a puzzle to make a great picture. We are just trying to make sure to help you put the pieces in the right order, so when the picture is all done, it's an amazing picture. Does that make sense? trust me, you know, I mean, I might not have been writing as heavily or as long as either Rednax or Pans over here. But, you know, I get it when you come up with a cool story idea and you share it with somebody and they kind of pick at it a little bit, trying to and show you where the holes are, and, you know, how does this make sense, and how does this work, and why is this a thing, and why is that a thing? And we'll admit, yes, it can kind of sting, because, you know, you had this cool idea, and somebody's just going at it with a pair of tweezers, picking it apart in places that, you know, you really didn't want to be picking apart. You're just trying to show them something cool. And, you know, some people out there, they're just straight up malicious. That's all there is to it. But for the rest of us who are trying to be constructive, does it still sting? Yes. But we're not just going to, you know, cut your skin open and not leave you with a Band-Aid. You know, we might rip off an old Band-Aid and put a new one on. So, you know, it's some people are, and like Pan's over here saying, they're a little nitpicky. But some people are like that, and some people have another question. You know, some other people may be like, why didn't you mention that he wears a blue t-shirt? Is that relevant? I have no idea. But, you know, the critique, there's a difference between being critical and having critique. Critique is constructive. Criticism is destructive. And all of this stuff is just all questions that me and the other writers in the chat are all just curious about, in hoping to try and help you make a Rembrandt kind of painting by the time you're all done. Does that help? Or Picasso, or one of the other great painters out there. I don't know who you know, but anyways. All right, that's taken care of. Now we need to get the fluids. All right, so oh, it's just one pipe. So, by the way, I know we had a very good discussion over here about all kinds of cool stuff. The invitation for submissions for the writing prompt is still open. So, if you have a short story based on the prompt that you'd like to that you'd like to have read live on stream by yours truly, by all means, go for it. Come here, you. Oops. Yeah. Exactly, Rednecks. Okay. Oops. Nope, I didn't want to do that. I want to do this. Okay. And, like, heck, at the very least, just get something down on paper. And, see where it kind of takes you initially. And then go from there. Just remember some of the advice that I've heard around the place. Don't wait until you have an absolutely perfect idea, because if you do, you'll never have a story. I mean, heck, you could probably ask Christy. I think her Twitch handle is now Christy Wrights. Is that right, Rednecks? Author Christy? Okay, yeah. You could probably ask her. I think she does streams on, was it Tuesdays and Thursdays? I haven't been able to keep up with it sometimes. It just, bleh, I've been tired. I believe she's published a book, but I can probably bet that if you ask her, the book she published was probably not the first draft, and it was nowhere near perfect. And because what happens is if you get something just out on paper, so Nova with the 5-stream streak, let's go! If you just get something on paper, you kind of get it to a spot to where now it's out of your brain, and now you can physically see something happening. Oh, thank you, Sua. I shall do said things. Okay, so, alright. So, everybody who's on stream, all together now. Big stretch, hands up over your head, lean to the right, and hold it, and hold it. Okay, that's probably not the right on your screen, but anyways. Then lean the other direction. Stretch out that, the other side of your chest a little bit. Yeah. All right. And now, for a gluggle drink. Much better. Thank you very much, Suanova. How are you doing this evening? But yeah, like I was saying, if you get something on paper, Fry, you'll be able to kind of, like, get it out of your head, and it's like, okay, now this is real. This is something I can work with. It's tangible. I can see it. Exhausted after work. Okay, I'm gonna go nappies. All right. Alrighty, so now, what is it? What in tarnations do we need over here? Alrighty, let's see. I have it written down. It's not in its entirety, but it's thing I was writing last year. Oh, okay. Alright, cool. Alright, so yeah. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too bad. Okay, so we need one for 20, so we need 10. I don't know that movie. I just know that part. Okay, so let's see over here. What do we need? Papa, the boy who lived. All right. No, I don't want the chainsaw. I want this. All right, French fries. Thanks for coming in. I'll see you around, and good luck on your writing. Let me know how it goes. Okay, so we need 19 so far. And okay, so we need another 19. Okay, so yeah, here's a spot where my math starts to my bad at math starts to show. Okay, so now we need 38 of these. Okay, so we actually need 48. No, not 84. We need 48 refineries. All in all, to make sure that we're using all of our purple grape juice here. Okay, so let's go see if we have all the materials. Okay, so we have all the copper sheets. Okay, so we need to get rid of the plastic. We're going to get rid of these. We're going to get rid of some of these, because we don't need to have all of these. Oh. Train car's full. That's why I can't add anymore. Oh. There we go. Okay. Alright. So, we're going to need some motors. We're going to need some more encased beams. We're going to need some steel pipes. Because we have one pipe. Okay, there we go. These words wording today. That's me most days. No train this time, so we're not going to have a crash. Alright, so we need to go... Actually, we need to stop here. I believe I have a stockpile of motors over here, because in this factory, or in this facility, this used to be my mini factory, where I had everything set up. So all these bins over here that you see, they are containing the leftovers of that factory. Okay, we got 70 motors in here. Do we have any motors elsewhere? No, but we have the stuff to make more motors, which I'm probably going to do. Okay, do I have the stuff to make the thing that will make the motors? No, but I have the stuff here to do that. You, put you over there, grab you, put you over there. Then we're gonna grab you. Nope, we're gonna grab you, and we're gonna put two of you back to back, so we have plenty of storage. And then we're gonna take you, we're gonna give you the motor recipe. We're gonna put the chainsaw away, because we don't need that. Then we're going to bring a temporary power line. Actually, can I make a big one? No, I cannot. Okay, so we're going to bring a temporary power line from here. Oh, damn it. Okay, so what does it take for a big one? Wire and concrete. Okay. Let me see if I have any concrete. Here's some wire. Do I have any concrete nearby? TK. If I stole one of your streams for the reading of my story, would that move back the gaming stream? Let's see. Let me read the your streams for the reading of my story. Would that move back the gaming stream, or would that go to Wednesday? I understand if you want to. No, that would go on to Wednesday. It would be the next the way it would work, it would go on to the next writing stream, which is either today or Wednesday. Sunday is just a straight up gaming stream. Okay, so but yeah. All good. Alright, do I have any concrete here somewhere? Oh, I got some more motors. Sweet. Okay. Why do I not have any concrete? Oh, wait. I have some concrete over here in my minor transport train. Ah, there you are. Okay, so we're going to get some power over there so I can have some more motors being made. Because I will need more. But at least this way I can get some temporary power rolling. And I only have to use 2 rather than like 5. Because the miniature ones, they have kind of a short reach. So this way I only have to use like 2 because these guys have a really long reach. All right. And we'll leave that doing its thing so we can get some more motors. And we have nowhere near enough motors. So let's go get some more. Let's go get some more motors. Geronimo! Into the train. Right, now let's go to my other storage. Uh-oh. No! Well, that was unfortunate. Fortunately, all I have to do is boop. There we go. Let's turn the self-driving back on. And away we go! Number of crashes today? 3. Well, it's a good thing I'm the only person on here, and then I don't have to worry about insurance, right? Alright, so we'll put that train there for the moment. Ugh, I suddenly got a big buzz in my nose. Sorry about that, guys. Ba-doing. Alright, so let's see. Do we have any motors already in here? No. Okay. Ah, we have motors! Okay, do we have any more in here? No. Darn. As the engineer from Team Fortress 2 would say. Darn. All right. All right, so we are 74 motors short. Okay, so now I'm going to use this opportunity to go and get some pipes. If I can actually get out of here. Go and get some steel pipes and some concrete or encased industrial beams. Big yawn. Oh boy. Goes through storage containers like a child at Christmas disappointed by all this gives him to find that much. That's because I am looking for a specific crate. Uh-oh. Oh no. No, 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 no. No! Well, for those of you keeping count, that's crash number 4. boy. Okay. All right. Let's try this again. Oh, I missed it. It had the little choo-choo whistle right there. I missed it again! Oh well. Okay. Sure. We shall come up here, because we have plenty of pipes that we can pick from. 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and some. And some more. There we go. Alrighty, we got some stuff over here. Aha! Cool. So then, let's go back to our transport train over here. And then we'll make our way back to the temporary factory, or like towards the power supply thing. See if we have any more motors for us. Attention please, our number of crashes today has exceeded quota. Please refrain from causing any more crashes until you want to be placed on repair duty. Thanks. Oh boy. You know what's really funny? I'll have to show you on the way back. On the inside of what's called the hub, there is actually a counter that says days without accident, and it goes by like in-game days. So, and then when you end up dying in the world, when you come back, you respawn there. But when you respawn, that counter goes to 0. I'll show it to you here. Show it to you guys here in a second. Okay, so one last check. Did I have any motors in here? No. Okay. Anyways, like this is kind of like the home office thing. And right here it says days since last incident, 94. When you die, that goes back down to 1 or... I can't remember if it's 1 or 0. Oh, hey, that's new. Huh. I didn't notice that. That thing right there, I had never noticed that. It actually is actually trying to update, and there's an error occurred. Let's see, what's here? List of people to send card to. Bane Games, Combustible Toast, El Cato, Front One, okay, Grishlord, Hagen, Izuna Neko, Mug, Netrogator, Prudentia, Recality, Seepu, Tiny Pirate. That's going to have to be one of the names I do of a character soon. Tiny Pirate. Oh, hey, look. There's my, my Fix-It diploma. And what else is that? Live, laugh, labor. Does that say live, laugh, labor? I have never seen that before. All right. Oh, we get to mess with our coffee machine over here. Yep, it just spills the precious coffee. And then, of course, we have our microwave. All this stuff is very satisfactory. All right. Now let's get... Oh, right, I forgot. Need to check if we have any more motors available. In our temporary facility. We are 12 motors short. Well, we're going to have to wait a little bit for that to get done. In the meantime, does anybody else have any stories to submit? For our last 12, while we wait for our last 12 motors to complete. We need 6 more. Do we have... Oh. Oh, there's another one. Thank you. There's another one. Thank you. Two more. 2 more to go. One more. Just one more. There we go. Okay. You know, I just thought of something. Aha! Like diesel generators also need motors. Okay, so we got this temporary facility set up over here. We're gonna need motors. Lots and lots of motors to get the power plant fully operational. And my little transport train is over here waiting for me. Ow. Sorry about that, guys. You know what? I completely forgot to show you guys my completed world the other day. That has the nuclear power plant. Watt 16! Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? All right, so I'm gonna put these refineries in, and then I'll show you guys my my completed world, and that's probably where we're going to wrap it up for the evening. Good, good. Watt 16, happy to have you come. Right. So now we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. This is all the refineries that we need for the pipelines that are here. So now, can we fit another line of refineries right here, so that way we can use up that. So let's see. What we want to do is we want to be able to put, we'll put that as close as possible so that way we can have room. And then what we want to do is we want to have some room I think we can fit everything. Whoops, that's not what I do. I think we can fit. Yeah, we can fit this pipe right there. So then, can we fit another pipe? Oh no! Fix-It gave me away! Alright, so then we should it's kind of tight. Actually, you know what? Hold on. would we be able to fit them this way? There we go. I like that better. Okay, so then let's do that. And then we want to be able to do another pipe pretty close to it, but not clipping into it. Okay, right here. Okay. And then we'll do the same thing again over here. So this is 2, 4, 6. This is 8. Then last to you. All right, and that's it. All right, cool. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to save this here. And then I'll go show you guys my fully finished world that has the nuclear power plant in it. Because I did show you guys it to you guys once before. But that was so I could do just like for the final sequence, show you guys the end of the game. This one is the completed game with basically everything unlocked. Takes a minute to load because it's a very big world. And I use it back and forth to try and, being that I have this one set up with basically God mode on it, I don't get achievements with God mode. So just for the flying is really what I did it for, because it was a glitch. But I use this one so I can fly around the world to see what's available, so I can make plans in the factory world. All right, give it a second. Alrighty. And we are here. So, let me show you guys. You guys have seen this whole thing. There's my giant factory over there across the world. But let me show you the nuclear factory, or the nuclear power plant that I have going. Let's see, eventually I'm probably going to have a factory of some kind over in this area for something else. Probably going to do my, like, electronics factory over in this area. Oh, wow, I never picked that one up. Alrighty. And there are some other, like, iron nodes over here that I don't think I ever tried to get. Yeah, no. Wow. There's still a lot of this world that I haven't exploited yet. Wow. Alrighty then. We got the termites of doom up here. Oh, did I ever... Oh. Loading in some stuff there for a minute. Let me get that. I got some drones over here picking up some very important material called SAM. Or strange alien material. Anyways, this is the nuclear plant over here. This is what takes uranium, turns it into plutonium, and then turns it into fixonium. And so far, everything is running as it should. As you can see, I have the uranium nuclear waste coming out of the nuclear power plants over here. I'm making 1.4 gigawatts of electricity. Arr, 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 arr. And then all of the nuclear waste comes in these bright yellow buckets, as you can see. Comes down over here. And then over here, in these power plants, I have plutonium being burned, which makes plutonium nuclear waste by these barrels over here that have bright blue goo coming out of them. And then I get over here on these these power plants, I have fixonium fuel rods being burnt or being used. And they make no nuclear waste, which honestly is awesome. So that way I don't have to worry about it. And over here I have myself a plastic and rubber facility because I needed that stuff. So over here I'm bringing in the crude oil by train, of course, because there's no other way to do it. Then I store it for processing. And then I bring it up here through a complicated process. I make lots of rubber and lots of plastic and lots of fuel. Then I take it up here to the final step where I make the plastic and rubber. All kinds of good stuff. So, and then I take it into the main factory. Now, then let's go into the nuclear power plant facility. Excuse you. Where I have all kinds of cool stuff happening over here. First and foremost, I have the spicy broccoli rocks, as I'm Kibitz would say. I'm a Kibitz fan. And then we take the spicy broccoli rocks, concrete, and sulfuric acid, and turn it into encased uranium cells. We then take those cells, taking some encased beams and some electromagnetic control rods, and turn them into uranium fuel rods, which then get sent up and burned in the facility. What comes back actually need to make sure that I'm not backing up on acid. Because if I am, we've got a problem. No, I'm not backing up on acid so far. Okay, cool. Alright, so then what happens is I bring in the waste, and I take some of it and split it off into these over here to make non-fissile uranium, otherwise also known as spicy broccoli by my kids. Spicy broccoli rocks. Which then comes over here to these gigantic machines with more waste, just a little loud, to make plutonium pellets. Those pellets then get transported all the way over here to these machines and combined with concrete to make plutonium fuel cells, as you can see, I think, are encased plutonium cells. Those then get mixed with more electromagnetic control rods and some steel beams and some heat sinks, which are coming later in the game, to make plutonium fuel rods. And then those go up and out to the various nuclear reactors. This is just here to act as a buffer in case, you know, those get kind of full up there, so that way I can still keep getting rid of the waste, getting me some tickets. And then the plutonium stuff comes down, gets mixed with these singularity cells and some very fancy dark matter residue, and turned to fixonium. That fixonium then travels along here, as you guys can see. It's nice, the glowy pumpkins. And then we put them into the quantum encoders, where we mix it with excited photonic matter, basically ghostly light, some stuff called fixite trigons, and some more electromagnetic control rods to make fixonium fuel rods, along with some sides of dark matter residue. Those then go up into the nuclear reactors, and they burn, baby burn, with nothing left over. So, all of this, I'm still trying to, like, decorate it and make it look fancy fine. You know, make it actually look completed. But, yeah, this is my completed world. And I'm quite literally on the edge of the world over here. Because if I were to go, let's see. Let me see if I can go out over here. I think it's right along this edge here. If I were to go out a little further...
You are in imminent violation of your Fix-It contract. Please refrain from leaving the designated zone or you will immediately be terminated.
Okay.
Your suit's life support is not compatible with this environment. Turn back.
Okay. Well, anyways. And again, like I said, ladies and gents, that is my completed world. So yeah. And that is where we are going to call it for the evening. So, thank you everybody for coming. I hope you were at least mildly entertained, and I hope you had a satisfactory time. Once again, thank you to Mama Rednax for her submission of the evening. And I look forward to the next time. Oh, you know what? Darn. We have an ad break coming up. So we're going to go with the quick ad break and then we're going to get out of here. So hold on to your booties. Just a second. Alrighty, so let's get back to where we were. So now that there has been a submission for this week's prompt, doesn't mean you can't submit any. If you had something that you were going to submit for this prompt, it doesn't mean you can't ever submit it to be read. It just means now we have a new prompt that we can work on, which I will work on. I will type it out here in just a second. Alrighty. So, with all of that said, the new prompt for next week, as soon as I get this over here, there we go. The new prompt is this. You are the villain. Oops. And in your quest to beat the hero and conquer the world, you realize that you may have pushed too hard. Because now, you have to stop the hero who is slowly becoming a greater villain than you ever were. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. So, have at it. Let's see what you guys come up with. I am interested to see what you guys come up with. This next week's stream will be starting at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where again, I will be working on trying to expand the power infrastructure of the multi-factory. And we'll be doing some reading of these prompt stories, and I look forward to see what you're doing or what you've done with them. That being said, if you want to come back on Sunday, where we are going to be playing through the mainline stories of MapleStory. Now, there is, in the whole thing, there is a line of quests that are usually tagged as main. And there are mainline quests that basically are trying to get you the story of the entirety of MapleStory, and all of these connect together for the giant story of the game. I have made a brand new character, one that I have not played before, a version I have not played before. It is an explorer crossbowman. So we're going to be using that character for the entirety of those kind of stories. And then on Wednesday, starting at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I shall be doing some more rewrites of MapleStory the novel Legends of Osiria. If you want to read the story so far, you can always check it out over... Oops. You can always check it out here. For those of you who are on Twitch, there are the links. And give me a second. And I believe the links will pop up for you guys over on YouTube here shortly, if you'd like to go check them out and read them. Just be warned, both of those are quite large stories, so it'll be a bit before you complete the whole thing. Just a heads up. But, yeah, you're free to check it out, what's written so far. And then back on Friday, like I said, I look forward to seeing what you guys come up with for the prompts. But on beyond that, I hope to see you all on the next one.
There's a feeling deep inside. Let it be your prayer. Show me the power you can hide.
Thanks everyone for coming to the stream, and I hope to see you again next time. If you want to catch whenever I go live, subscribe or follow to become a coin of the vault so you never miss a thing. Wherever you're viewing from, have a look around my YouTube channel for more stuff, including the audiobooks of MapleStory the novel Sacred Tears, Sly Cooper Rise of Vexen, and Arcane. Each story is fully voice acted with sound effects and background music so that you can sit down and watch or listen to while you go about your day. You can also find all kinds of previous storylines from MapleStory that I've already done. So, until next time, my friends.
Never be afraid to fall. Throw yourself into it. Victory's waiting for you. Go fight, show your energy. make them